Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Bloodshots, the podcast where we sit around here and talk about movies and TV shows. Joining us today, we have a special guest filling in for Wes Baumgardner, who called out sick at the last minute. To my right, on video, we have Derek White, special guest.
Hey!
To my left, Aaron Schmidt, the guest always here. Guys, as always, if you like what you see, head on over to YouTube and subscribe. Go to Twitter and like us. You can find us on Instagram and Snapchat. And if you want to help support the show, please go to patreon.com/derailed. This is also the last week of Bring a Friend to Derailed month. So, bring a friend to Derailed this week, because it's the last time. You can never do it. We have a little bit of stuff for this show. You saw a movie on Netflix.
Yeah.
And you won't tell me what it is. What is it?
It's called Tao.
How?
Tao.
Towel?
Towel?
Tao. T-A-U, like towel, like the towel.
Weird. Okay. What's that about?
Oh wait, I have news.
Oh, do you? Okay. No.
Yes,
no,
I have news.
No news is good news.
So did you know that someone from the movie Halloween Resurrection was kidnapped?
Which one's Resurrection?
The one where he comes back from the
Is that the
dead?
Rob Zombie one?
No. This is like one of the later.
Oh, okay.
Later
Kidnapped
ones.
like during filming or kidnapped like yesterday?
Like recently.
Really?
Three people got indicted over the kidnapping of Halloween Resurrection actress.
Holy shit.
Weinstein attorney addresses... Oh, never mind. That's stupid. A grand jury indicted 3 people for kidnapping Halloween Resurrection actress Daisy McCracken and actor Joseph Capone.
Oh, weird.
In addition to kidnapping the 3, they were collectively charged with 16 felony counts, including assault with a firearm, grand theft, mayhem. Damn.
Grand Theft Mayhem? Is that only in Grand Theft Auto?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like a free-for-all,
It's the
right?
Mayhem DLC.
So yeah, that happened.
It's when you get your supers really quickly, right?
Miles Teller is going to play Goose's son in Top Gun Maverick.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I could see that.
Yeah. He's a good guy. I like
Yeah.
him. And...
That's awesome. He fucking looks like a young Goose, too.
Scarlett Johansson has gotten backlash for being cast as a trans man in a movie called Rub and Tug.
Really?
And she has gotten much backlash. Also, the Sopranos prequel movie finds its director.
Oh,
So
nice.
you gotta finish
Oh,
the
movie. Sweet.
Gotta finish the Sopranos.
Is it Ron Howard?
Let me check.
Is Ron Howard's brother going to be in it?
It is not
Because
Ron
he's
Howard.
always in it.
His
I
name's
was an attractive man.
Alan Taylor. Trying to go over the news, guys. Tina Turner's eldest son dies in apparent suicide.
Oh, shit.
Which I only read because we just watched the Tina Turner movie.
Right. What's love got to do? Got to do with it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Everything.
Yep. Backlash. Sopranos prequel. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's all the news.
Damn. That's pretty crazy. So let's talk Tao.
Yeah. Let's talk Tao. So here's what happened. I'm at work. I got a notification. Boop, boop. I'm like, oh, cool. Derek texted me. Nope, he didn't. It's Netflix.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm like, open up Netflix, and it's like, new arrival, Tao. I'm like, okay, well, let's check it out. So I click on it, and I'm looking at the thing, and it's like, okay, it's got this triangle, this circle, this lady this sitting in the middle. It's like a shadow, and I'm like, okay, all right. Read the synopsis. Kidnapped by an inventor who uses her as a test subject to perfect his robotic AI, a street-smart young woman tries to escape her high-tech prison. So I'm like, cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, babe, there's this new movie I want to watch on Netflix. She's like, okay.
It kind of sounds a little Ex Machina-ish. With like the AI being captured.
I can see how you got there, but no.
Yeah.
I can see how you got there. The cast then.
Mm-hmm.
So I already got the approval from the wife that we're watching this movie.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it's got Gary Oldman in it. I'm like,
No shit.
dude, awesome.
You don't even need to tell me anything else.
Yeah. And then the girl from It Follows, the
Okay.
main girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, dude, sweet. Then I started watching a trailer for it, and it's got the Francis from Deadpool 1 in it.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, okay, I know him. So I know all the
Francis,
three
yeah.
people in it.
Nice.
So I watched like 30 seconds of the trailer, and I'm like, okay, you're giving away too much. I like it. I'm in. I got trailered. Is what happened. Couldn't even finish it.
Really?
That movie is so bad. It is so bad. It's like in this future world.
Is it a made-for-Netflix movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it is terrible.
Damn.
Gary Oldman isn't even fucking in it. He plays the voice. Oh, okay. So the AI is
So
this.
he's like a narrator?
He's like this. Tao is a smart house.
Yeah.
And Gary Oldman's the voice.
Oh.
That's how he's in it.
Weird.
So he's like, "Hello, welcome home, Robert." And then the guy comes in and he keeps this lady trapped. Okay, it's so bad. She is like this hooker thing, and she is wearing this weird dress, kind of like Lilo in
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element.
Yeah.
And so it's like weirdly futuristic, and then she gets like knocked out and dragged into this prison, and then all these people are like in this prison with her, and they're like, don't look at me. And then they like try to escape, and she grabs onto the bars, and it shocks her. Oh no, it's shocking prison. And then somebody comes out of the night and like hits the stick on the bars, and it's like, psst, and then he opens the door and like fucks with her, and like and then she escapes somehow. Gets out and she's like, okay, now I'm in this mansion.
Yeah.
And there's this like statue, this like weird rocky statue thing, like that's like made out of stone. And then all of a sudden it's like, and like robots into this thing, and it's like shooting at her or whatever. And she's like, ah. And then all of a sudden,
Jesus.
And then the guy gets home who's Francis from Deadpool 1, and he's like, Tao, stop. And then the robot's like, and he's like, welcome home, Robert. And then, and it's like, dude, it's so bad.
Did Becca watch it too?
Yes.
What would she say?
Same. She was like, I don't even care anymore.
I'm gonna go back to Sims.
Terrible. Couldn't even finish it. So
my god. Who directed it? Anybody noteworthy?
Yeah. The only other things he's done is he is the special effects coordinator for all the Marvel movies.
Oh, really?
His name's Federico blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Federico D'Alessandro.
Okay.
No way, he did not direct that. Okay, yeah, no. He is, like, all the Marvel movies, he is the special effects coordinator for all the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And then he just, like, got this movie somehow.
As a gift.
Terrible.
Here's to all your years of being just the special effects coordinator. Go ahead and wing it.
Oh.
We'll give you Gary Oldman's voice that he recorded from his house.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that was fucking terrible.
Gary Oldman didn't even get off the recliner.
So
That sucks.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna come out of right field with like a fucking gangbuster.
Me too.
You know?
I was hoping.
Damn.
But she was super good looking. She's very cute.
Yep. Well, I have binge watched all of How I Met Your Mother in like a week and a half.
Nice.
And I was,
Easy feat.
when we used to watch it as a background show at the house in Burien, I was always like, meh, it's okay. It's nothing amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really got into it, and I'm like, why after season 4 am I constantly crying? Because of all the sad shit that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then, here's my biggest thing. I love... What the fuck?
What was that? Motorcycle or fart?
No.
Let's play a game.
Is that a bass?
I feel like that was bass.
Yeah.
It's still happening. Dude, that's like
That freaked
this
me out for a
Cloverfield?
minute.
Dude,
That was Cloverfield.
Derek,
Yes.
whole apartment vibrated
Yeah.
at like extremely high frequencies for like 3 seconds.
The fucking sound. You should see the spike on the sound when that happened. I looked over and the whole fucking thing was covered.
Maybe you had an earthquake.
Maybe.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that feels like.
Usually
I
it's
haven't
more like
experienced one yet.
it's
That was
this
fucking
was like
crazy.
this was like an earthquake but like the low rumble was like rapid.
Well, if I feel anything in a minute, I'll let you know.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
I have never felt that before in my life. It had to be bass from
I
downstairs.
felt that before in bass competitions that I used to go to,
It had to be bass.
where people would put like a wall of speakers in their car.
I bet they were like playing with it, turned it up too loud.
They probably drove by here slow and like cranked it or something, or went
Maybe.
down the front.
No, it had to be from inside the complex
You
because
think
the
so?
walls were our whole table vibrated.
That's fucking crazy.
It couldn't be from outside. I think it was downstairs.
Weird.
Those people are so nice though. They never do anything. There's never
Or
a peep.
upstairs.
Yeah, those fucking people.
There you go.
Are you
Holy
a middle
sh-
floor?
Yeah, unfortunately. We're
That
fucked.
was. I thought it was Cloverfield.
Whoa.
That was weird.
TJ Miller fucking flies
man.
in the window with a camera.
Oh man.
So
It completely
How I Met Your Mother.
sidetracked you guys.
I was so into this show, and then season 9 happened, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are they doing? Why is there 22 episodes of the wedding? And then, okay, so the little bits and pieces that I see of his actual wife, the mother, she's really cool, and I want to like her. And then the last 2 episodes, they try to cram all of this into the last 2 episodes and like make you love her and then feel remorse, spoilers, when she dies. And you're like, what? I've seen her in 4 episodes. How are you going to make me fall in love with this person? Like, I want to, because the way that they personify her, like how compatible she is to Ted and everything, and she's really cool and all this stuff, and she like fits right in right away and blah, 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 and helps out everybody in the wedding party and all this shit. And then all of a sudden it's like, fast forward, I would do anything, fast forward, love, fast forward, reunion, fast forward, dead. And I'm like, what? What the fuck was that? And then it's like, okay, so the kids are going to be like, yeah, it's been 6 years, Dad. Why don't you just go fuck Robin? And I'm like, what the fuck was that? Did they just stop caring? The last season?
I didn't like how fucking goofy like season 7 through 9 got.
Yeah.
Like season 1 was like a legit thing. Like
Dude.
you could put yourself in Ted's shoes, or if you're feeling a little sassy, you could put yourself in like Barney's shoes and be like,
For real.
yeah, I could see that. Season 4 got real heavy. Like one of my
Yeah.
favorite episodes is the best burger of New York
Yep.
City.
I love that episode.
That's
That was
one
so
of my
good.
favorites, and like you feel for it, like you know you're a stranger in a strange land.
Yeah.
You have this new thing, and then like Marshall's dad dies.
That's
and I
what
was,
got
like-
me.
I think I was on the phone with Aaron. Like he and I were watching that episode together,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, I gotta call you back. I'll be right back. And, I was like, oh my god, I just fucking lost it on a TV show.
Yeah.
And then,
That happened to me several times.
and then like season 7 comes and there's shit where they're flying, or like the episode, it was clearly like a filler because Allison was pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
But like where he goes to China and
Yeah.
he like learns to do the slapping
slap,
tree
yeah.
thing, and it's like it's
Yeah, that was
getting so
terrible.
stupid. Like Marshall went from being this really fun, lovable, playable like student guy to
Yep.
being this like fucking dad
Yeah.
that was just fucking like a bore.
No more
He-
fun.
He became everything he didn't want to be in like episode 3 when they had the wine tasting
Yep.
thing, and he snuck out to go to that club.
Yeah.
Like he became everything he said he didn't want to be.
Yep.
And like it just got too fucking goofy. Like people flying and shit like that. It was
Yeah.
just so weird.
Yep. Yeah, there was a lot of
I
weird
s-
shit going on.
I stuck through it, but the last like 2 seasons killed it.
Dude, I loved that show. Loved. Like, I was excited every day to come home and watch those episodes all night long. After season 5, I was like, I'm committed now, so I have to finish. Because I already knew the ending anyway, because you can't stay away from spoilers like that. but I wanted to watch it all the way through. And then, like, I wanted to see the transformation and then regression of Barney and all that stuff again. And then it's just like, then they just killed it.
Well, that show for me, I actually watched the whole series like 5 times.
Oh, really?
Because it was one of those shows that I put on in the background, but because I knew what was going on, I was basically watching the show. So I could still see everything that was going on, and I would just put it on every night. I'd come home, we'd play through like 6, 7 episodes, and then shut it off, and the next day just pick up where we left off. And so by the time it was all said and done, I'd made it through the series like 5 times. But like, for me, the definitive, like, the first 6 episodes of the first season is like what establishes that show in my heart. That's what rooted me into that show. Yeah. Is those, like, that's the Halloween party up on the roof. Yeah. That's when he first meets Robin. Yep. This was like before Barney was pretty. His hair was all like ruffled and flat, and like all the characters were still finding themselves a little bit. Yeah. And then they started to kind of change shortly thereafter. Yeah. You'd get your new side characters like Joe Manganiello and stuff like, which he did a great job. He was funny.
He was actually really
funny.
funny.
But for me, it's like those first 6 to 8 episodes that really do it.
Victoria was my favorite Ted girlfriend.
Oh, definitely.
Victoria the baker.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. She was so cool.
Their whole drum roll episode was awesome.
Yep. And I did like the guy that she married and then dumped at the altar. Her boyfriend from Germany, which was the Reno 911 guy. Yeah. He was super funny. He's always walking around the apartment naked. Man. Yep. Well, I mean, I think they could have ended it a little better. But I just wanted to, if you're going to build up a 9-season show around the mother and then ram it down my throat in the last 2 episodes, like, it's not going to make me love the character.
Right. They could have given her at least a half a season.
Yeah. I didn't need 22 episodes of the fucking wedding.
Yeah, when they're stretching out like a 2-hour span. In an hour, like.
God, it's like, okay. It's like, okay, yes. Bring up the Marshall taking the judge job, and not telling Lily during the wedding. Bring up the doubts that Barney and Robin have, and then bring up is Ted gonna blow up the wedding or not with the fucking locket? That's all you need. You don't need any of that other dumb shit in the middle.
Couple, like, really well executed episodes, but again, it goes into that whole unbelievable thing, like where Barney had the whole ice skating rink thing. Like that's a really cute, sweet idea or whatever. But like, to push a button and then the walls retract. Yeah. And like, that shit's just not gonna happen. Yeah. Like it's a really cool idea, but it's just not.
Yeah. Could have been done better, but still a good show. Mm-hmm. And speaking of good shows, I got hooked on another show last night that's on Amazon Prime called Lore. And it's pretty fucking amazing. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Lore is a book.
It came out last year.
The show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because they have 2 seasons now. Mm-hmm. It was a book, or it is a book. Then it was a podcast. And then now it's a show. And it's all about lore of different like urban myths and wives' tales. Things like werewolves and vampires and other things but a lot of it is things that actually happened that kind of got transformed into what we now know them today. Like, so far my favorite episode was the very first one, and it's called Tonic. And it's about, like, in the 19th century New England area, the villages were plagued by a disease called consumption, which is essentially tuberculosis before they came up with a vaccine for it. And so all of these people were dying from this consumption, and it was only in that area. Like, this one family, they focused on one family where he sent his son away to Denver somewhere, out west, and he got cured, and then he came back and he got sick again. So naturally, like, there's not a whole science. There's a very blurred line between science and supernatural back then. And so this disease was killing people, and it would sometimes not kill you right away, but make you look dead. So they were burying people alive, and that's where the term "Saved by the Bell" comes from. And
because they would like ring the
yep. If you were rich enough, you could have the bell installed into the coffin, and if they woke up, they would
you pull on a cord from underground and it would ring a bell. That's cool.
And then it also was the basis for Bram Stoker's Dracula, because Bram Stoker wrote about this disease and stuff and how they called the people vampires because this is what they determined. If you had consumption or this disease or whatever and you weren't dead, the heart would you wouldn't decompose like anybody else would. So they would bury you, they would check your body after a month, and then if they determined that you had this disease that it basically let you keep the spirit in the body with the body dead. And so they would exhume you, cut out your heart, and then burn your heart. And that would supposedly, get rid of, which it never worked anyway. And because it wasn't a thing. So they dug up this guy's family. They weren't decomposing like they were supposed to. The blood wasn't completely coagulated and everything. And so that's where he got the whole thing from vampires from, because they called this disease vampire, VAMPYR.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it's just like, and so Bram Stoker kind of got obsessed with that whole thing, and that's where he derived, or that's where he invented the whole Dracula notion. And then they just have a bunch of other cool episodes about lobotomies.
But he didn't invent Dracula.
Bram Stoker was the first person to write about it. It was his story.
He didn't invent Dracula, though. It's a real person. Dracula's a real person.
Well, Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
If you're yeah. But the Dracula that we know today, like Count Dracula, like the vampire thing of that's this incident. All I'm saying is that the incidents that happened in New England is what inspired him to write the novel Dracula.
Okay.
That's what they said on the thing.
So it's not like a show, Derek. It's not like a series.
Yeah.
It's an anthology. So every episode is different.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not like something that you're following. It's not about anything.
Right,
It's concise. Every episode's about something else.
Yeah. Yeah, like the second episode is about lobotomies. And
It's
then,
like Black Mirror, but for lore.
Pretty much. And then
I'm gonna pretend that I know what that is.
Black Mirror,
Yeah.
ridiculous show.
Nice.
Redonkulous. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm balls deep into that show right now. And then Flashback time. So you didn't play along last week by any chance, did you? Did you
Do you ever play along, Derek?
Yeah.
Not as often as I should.
Have you watched any of the ones that we've picked so far?
No.
Okay, so never.
Not as much as I should. That implies that you've watched one or two.
Well, as much as I should would be any, and I haven't done any, so not at all.
So, well, the movie for this week was called Shag. And it is interesting. It is borderline racist. It's 1963 Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And it's just about three Southern Belle girls, or four girls, that go on this 3-day spring break-ish kind of thing because one of their friends is getting married. And so they're like, oh, we got to take her out one more time. Maybe she'll get laid, blah, 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 whatever. Then the other girl, that's Phoebe Cates. And then the other girl is Bridget Fonda. And she's kind of like the hoe of the group. She's like, I don't care. I'm going to win this pageant. I'm going to dance and show my boobs and all this stuff. And then the other two girls are like goody-goody kind of girls.
So it's a weird movie because it came out in 1989, but it takes place in the 50s.
Okay.
And And what was the other thing?
It's a dance competition.
Oh, they're like experimenting with like it's like sex-free love kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
So it's like this thing that was really popular in the 70s, but it takes place in the 50s, and it came out in 89.
Well, they did say 63.
It's a very weird time. They're like at drive-ins, and like all the music is very like poppy and like 50s-y.
Doo-wop.
It's not. It's very weird. I don't know who the movie was for. Because it's a coming-of-age story.
Yeah.
So you have to think, if it comes out in 89, you're trying to relate to, like, people who were that age in the 60s or 50s. And they're, like, way older than that. I don't know.
Elvis Presley was popular, but then the guy Jimmy Valentine was kind of like Elvis, where he would do the hip move and shit whenever he got up there on stage.
But, yeah, it's that whole thing, and then it's also like American Pie meets 50s Dazed and Confused, where it's like a day or two of them just going crazy and being kids and going to parties. And so like the first part of the movie, that's like they're out and about and meeting boys, and then there's the second part is like a house party, and it's just it takes place over like a day or two.
Yeah.
But it's all about like getting laid and like finding yourself, and like, but they're girls.
Yeah.
So it's this weird. It's a very weird movie as far as like the setting, and then they're all Southern, so you've got that going. Like
they're all from South
very
Carolina.
Hard to relate to, in a weird way, because
my immediate interpretation was this is redneck Grease. That's what I thought of it.
Grease.
Yep. Because they're all country, but it's just like Grease almost. Like a lot of the characters identify as characters in Grease too. And it's like they're all young, it's spring break-ish. One of them's promised to be married. And all this stuff. I don't know. That's what Yeah, it's super weird. Still better than Pink Cadillac though. Mm-hmm. That's our comparison, Derek.
Still better than Pink Cadillac.
Yep, if it's better than Pink Cadillac, it's okay.
That's the low bar.
Pretty much. All right. Moving on to next week's movies. So we're going to do this a little different this time. And I've got all the movies here on pieces of paper that we're going to scramble up and pick, and then do the random number generator and see what movie we have to watch. So for 1993, we have one of Aaron's favorite movies, Rookie of the Year. Nice. 1987, we have The Squeeze. Also in 87, Made to Order. Made spelled M-A-I-D. So that's got to be about maids. Mm-hmm. 1989, we have Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Nice. Also 1989, we have Haunted Summer. And then the last two for 1987, we have my favorite, Revenge of the Nerds 2.
Oof.
Yeah. Nerds! And also, 1987, we have Blood Diner.
Blood Diamond?
Blood Diner.
Blood Diner.
Not Leo DiCaprio.
Blood Dinermond.
All right. Going in the hat. So you got to...
Derek, you have to put your hand in his hat.
You got to shuffle all these up, Aaron. And then pick. This is just for the order, and then we do the random number generator. So the first one is Blood Diner. Go ahead, keep picking. Second one, Nerds 2. Third one, what's that? Rookie of the Year. Number 4 is Weekend at Bernie's. Number 5 is Haunted Summer. Number 6, Made to Order. I already forgot what the last one is.
Did you notice how he was like, Blood Diner, and then Haunted Summer? And like, you really didn't get excited about the other one.
Way less
What was the last one again?
I don't know.
The Squeeze. Gotcha. Okay. So we have our lineup. I just wrote the Squeezer.
The Squeezer. That's a very different movie.
I can't think and write at the same time, apparently.
What?
Okay. Let me pull up the random number generator. And then
Derek?
we have 7.
I am.
So excited.
All right, you got to hit the generate button now.
Generation.
7. Oh God, the Squeeze.
What is the Squeeze?
I don't know. Another movie we have to try to find on Cody. God damn it, man! Why can't we get Weekend at Bernie's
Oops.
or Weekend at Barney's?
The Squeeze. What year?
87. Oh, it's a Michael Keaton movie.
Oh, then it's probably okay.
A mysterious black box spells danger to a con man and female detective. I smell fucking Pink Cadillac round 2.
Michael Keaton, Ray Don Chong, which is from the Death Wish series or movies. Danny Aiello, not bad. And
This looks terrible.
that's pretty much it.
Couldn't be worse than Russian.
Oh my
Terminator.
god.
Meatloaf's in it.
This movie, the budget was $19 million.
What?
And it only grossed $2.2 million.
Oh my God.
Oh, this movie.
Oh.
Dang.
Oh no.
Fucking that last movie, Shag or whatever. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Is
What?
the Shag? So Shag is like banging in the 60s or 70s, right?
Is it? I thought it was the dance competition.
But that's what shag means.
Yeah.
Is like I'm gonna shag you.
Yeah,
right?
like Austin
That's why
Powers.
you shag me, right?
Yeah.
So that's like but it's the dance competition at the same time. It's so weird. That movie was very. I don't know who that movie was for.
It was super
But
weird.
it made money. That movie made $2 million.
And the male lead was terrible.
yeah.
That guy was like, he looked like it was his first movie ever, and it was his last movie ever.
The
He
Squeeze.
didn't know what to do.
The Squeeze is directed by Roger Young.
Oh, really?
He has done
Anything?
nothing. No. Nothing at all.
Can we replace the movie with The Big Squeeze?
Oh, that'd be great.
Yes.
The Squeezer.
Fuck you.
The writer wrote the 2004 hit starring Jamie Foxx, Breaking All the Rules.
Yes.
The 04 comedy romance hit.
Oh my God.
Is that Jamie Foxx? Hold on. Let's make sure. Yeah, that's Jamie Foxx. All right. So, yeah, that should be cool.
Yeah. Another YouTube movie.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully it's on Cody.
A mysterious black box spells danger to a con man and female detective. Great. Great.
Well, folks, that's going to be a fun one. Hope you play along with us and watch The Squeeze somewhere out there in the universe, wherever you may find it. But that's going to do it for this episode of Bloodshots. As always, if you want to help support the show, you can find us on patreon.com/derailed. Subscribe to us on YouTube and like us on Twitter. And good night.
Bring your friend to Derailed.
Oh, that's right. It's the last chance. Last chance.